Hello everybody, it's Silvana and welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I would talk about a little bit of what's going on, but and that's just because I like to keep you guys up to date. But today I thought I would talk about different programs and how they affect the numbers and yet don't. And as we get into the subject, maybe that statement will make a little bit more sense. So, to catch up to date, the last time we spoke, I had finished the edit, or I believe I had finished the edit. So, since I don't remember, my brain's mush, don't mind me any. I have completely finished the basic edit, and it has now gone, Project Ghost is now gone to the beta readers, and it's in their hands now, and eventually they will send it back to me. I am in no way trying to hurry them or rush them. I have other things I can do and work on while they are doing their part with the beta reading and notes and stuff like that. They are voluntarily acting as catch edit, and what I mean by that is if as they read they find the normal stuff a beta reader is supposed to be looking for. Does the timeline stay solid? Does the plot make sense? Do the characters make sense? Are there story arcs? All that other actual story stuff. They're also highlighting, this is the wrong version of this word. Like, it should be this kind of two instead of that kind of two, or this kind of there instead of that kind of there, or this kind of your instead of that kind of your. I'm human and I make mistakes. So let's talk real quick, just to make sure I've covered it. I'm probably going to say it multiple times. I have officially started Project Night. So we are on our way. But that's not what today's video is about. Today I wanted to talk about some weirdness I discovered in my write and edit of Project Ghost. So I started Project Ghost in Scrivener. If you can read the screen, you'll notice that this is actually the Scrivener for Night. And that's all right. That's okay. You can't see anything because I'm in a chapter that has technically a name, but as always, it's always working titles and nothing too, extremely revealing going on here. I wrote in Scrivener first in chapters. Go back and watch that episode if you haven't. It ended up being 15, I believe it was, chapters. I'm not sure about that. When I was done with the writing, I went up to my project. Not targets. That's my targets. I meant to go one more down. The statistics. I went to the statistics and it told me how many words total document was. It was just south of 51,000 words. And paperback pages was 143. Now, I believe I did a video at that time as I was getting ready to edit that I was editing in a different program other than Scrivener. And I still have that problem where if I hit manuscript, it'll show me everything written, but if you're trying to copy and paste, it'll only copy and paste it one chapter at a time, and that's how I had to transfer it to where I went next. So, where I went next was Google Docs. Now, I chose Google Docs because two of my beta readers had told me that that was the way that worked best for them to read it when I was done. We'll get a little bit more into that when we get there, but let's let this load in while I talk. When I first got everything copied over into Google Docs, I was still at just shy of 51,000 words. The word count did change a little by I think maybe 20 words. I really didn't write down. I do remember that it changed, but it didn't change a lot. And that's one thing I don't understand. In the Scrivener, there's no, chapter break, names, no, chapter one or the chapter name. There's no page number, so I don't understand why the actual word count changed. But the page count changed as well. It went from 140, according to Scrivener, to 99, according to Google Docs. I then edited it, and I'm gonna go look at my channel when I'm done with this video talking about this, and see if I've actually got into the deep and dirty of my edit, and if not, that will be my next episode for you guys. When I got all done with Google Docs with the edit, because each program offers different things, I copied it all. Luckily, that was a 2-button Control A to to select all, and then Control V, Control C to copy, and then Control V to paste. Nice quick copy and pasting. Love that. I put it in to Word. You will again notice we are in Project Ghost, not Knights now. I put it into Word to have the built-in checker for Word run through it, and to have the free version of Grammarly run through it. I didn't officially let Grammarly finish, and now might be a good reason why to talk about that. There's part of it that does for free, and there's part of it that does for paid. And because they do not offer any kind of free trial of the paid, I can't see how it changes my writing, so I'm not sure that it's worth the money. But what I did was I copied everything into Word. I ran words as grammar, spelling and grammar check, and then I did run for at least part of it the free Grammarly. What that did for my edit, I really can't tell you. I don't feel that it did a lot. I like it. Well, it found some problems that were actual problems, and for that, I like it, and I probably will at some point when I have time and I'm not frustrated. I will probably run through the whole damn thing with it to see if there are any other places that are actual problems. But for the most part, it was commas, and some of the commas don't really make sense that they are going where the thing says they should go. And but I'm not the comma police, and I think it's programmed for Oxford commas, which again is one of those things. I know what they are. It's not a problem if you use them. I'm not a person that tends to. I have, it's just one of those things I can't get through. So again, and this one's the one that was the weirdest, is because the fonts and the font size between Word and Google are exactly the same, and yet my page count is 127 in Google, and my page count, let's see, where is that? Let's see if I can remember. No, that's Word. Oh, down here, dum. My page count in Word is 113. How and why it's different, I do not know. When I originally edited, I had each paragraph indented. Something about copying and pasting it over to Word undid that. But it's still, again, once I was done running grammar and spell check, I copied and pasted it as it sat back up into two separate Google Docs, which is why I said I showed you those two, and we'd get back to that. That's the reason why there's two of them slightly changed. One for each of my beta readers that do Google Docs. My page count is still 127 on Google Docs. So the indent didn't really seem to change much of anything. But my page count on Word is 113. And this is saying pages in a paperback, 189. It's a little shorter than I'd have liked, but that these two are different. And that the printed page number happens to be, because I don't see how it says manuscript and selection, why these numbers are different. If you use Scrivener and know why, give me a shout, let me know. But I'm paying a little bit more attention to this bottom one because I happen to notice that the page printed number is exactly how many pages Google Docs said I had. And that makes a lot of sense. So that equates to itself. And, definitely a paperback page printed and a legal document sized page, a regular piece of paper page printed, you're going to get a lot more on a regular printed page because it's a bigger piece of paper. So, yeah, these two numbers being different is great. 189, while a little shorter than I'd have liked, it's close enough to 200 that I think with page numbers and chapter breaks, we might push it a little closer, and that's also not counting any notes of stuff I might need to add or change from my betas. So that's good. So we did a little problem solving of maybe why, and I kind of knew why. Like I said, the change between Scrivener and Google Docs was the one that made the most sense to me because it's showing, a different format of printing. The Scrivener shows page count via, because I never looked at, until today when we were looking at it together, I never looked at how many printed pages it was. That's what I wanted to kind of talk to you about. If you write and you use different kinds of programs to write in, do you notice that the page count changes from one to the other to the other? Do you notice that maybe your word count may change? Now, if I had it if I had spaced it out where it said at the top chapter and at the bottom there was a page number and stuff like that, I would expect that stage. And I'm sorry, I keep sniffing. I have allergies or I'm getting a cold or something. I don't have allergies that I know of, but I know that's something that can come up as you get older. But whatever's going on, I've got the sniffles. I keep taking a break to take a sip of my pomegranate lemonade. I haven't made coffee yet today. I probably should. Oh God, coffee sounds great. I think that's going to be next. I think I'm going to get up, find some lunch, and make some freaking coffee because that sounds awesome. But that's my question for you guys today. Also, in that same vein, I only have Windows machines. The laptop is a Windows laptop. My desktop is a Windows desktop. Obviously, you guys see my screen my screen capture all the time. If you use Scrivener for both Mac and PC and switch them back and forth, do you notice that your word count or your page count changes from your Mac Scrivener to your PC Scrivener? Because I don't have a Mac. So I don't know. Word as well. If you use a Mac and a PC and you use Word, do you see the word count or the page count between those two types? Even though the font and the size may be the same, change if you're working on your MacBook and save your progress and then pick it up at work on a PC. I didn't think about it until I had that experience. And I don't understand, which is my second question. For those out there that watch my stuff that might be a little more tech savvy than I am, does anybody know why? If you know any of the answers to the questions that I've put forth, as always, do all the do's below. If you have any questions for me, also feel free to either put them below or message me and ask. Again, my life is pretty much an open book. I want to thank everyone that watches these videos, that likes them, that comments to them. I know I don't make videos as often as I probably should, but I want to thank you guys for sticking around and hanging out with me. As always, I hope that you have a very great day.